Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Gaz back with another video. Appreciate it's been several years since the last one. Life kind of got in the way. But having recently connected with old Retro Dave Nintendo has inspired me to do another. So I'll do a shop log, I suppose. Excuse me, I live on a busy road, there's all sorts going on. Yeah, a shop log, I suppose, starting with this machine here, which I picked up on Sunday. It's obviously a Pinbot, 1986, I believe, Williams System 11. It's not too bad a condition. It's from a bit of a legend originally in the pinball world in the UK. Excuse me, walking around my garage. Guy called Bob Thompson died unfortunately several years ago, but he had quite a collection that I gather was auctioned off way before my time. But this was a Bob Thompson machine. Now I don't know if it was bought as part of the auction or just bought from Bob Thompson by the guy that I bought it off. But the guy that I bought it off has had it for, I think he said 30 years in his kitchen. So it's had a fairly easy life, I gather, since it came off site, probably in the late 80s, early 90s. And yeah, so I'll just show you around the machine a little bit. It's got lots of marks and scars, as you might expect, but it's actually not too bad given the age. So as you can see, a few little chunks that have been touched in. I'm not going to bother with any of that because it's just a simple stencil with black. It would be quite simple to fill that and just paint it black, but I don't know if I can be bothered to go to those lengths. So there's the left side of the cabinet. Again, there is some touch up there, but you know, it's all right. And then the right side of the cabinet is very, very good actually. Unfaded. No real chunks. So happy with that. And there's the front. Again, pretty good. Unfortunately the top has seen better days. But haven't they all? Basically I think the guy I bought it off ordered that separately from America. Complete, but when it turned up it was in 1,000 bits, which he managed to kind of just cobble together with sellotape. But they are pretty unobtainium, so that's all I've got. I'll show you the playfield in more detail in a minute, but it's pretty good. It's got a few touch-ups, as you can see on that, whatever you call it, satellite. It's been hand drawn in. There's a little bit of paint wear on the sort of the grid, the coloured grid up by the visor. Needs a bit of a clean, some rubbers, and there's a few hacks in the wiring that I'll show you that I'm going to sort out. But that is my Pinbot for shopping out. I'll be back in a minute to show you it's set up. Right, okay, so here we are back. I'll just put the head up. Excuse me. It's a heavy old head, that, and there's no latch on these. I don't know if it's supposed to. I might put one on because there's only 2 bolts holding it up, and I don't know, I don't like it. So it's my first Williams of this era with this style of back box configuration, so kind of not used to quite such old stuff. So just going over the playfield then. Okay, you can see you've got a bit of wear there. A little bit there, a little bit there. Around the pops. Yes, it's an average average Pinbot. I shall have a go at reducing those ball swells, but I don't fancy my chances. It's been re-rubbered fairly recently by the looks of things, and the previous owners LED'd it, but it's not to my liking. He's done 50-50, so the left blue and the right red, which I don't like blue LEDs, they do my eyes in. So all the displays are good. It's got, as you see, an aftermarket LED there that lights up the mask on the back glass. There's also a strip that lights up blue under there that I'll probably get rid of. So open up the head. First job, one of the first jobs I want to do is the fuse mod for the bridge rectifiers there on the right. They don't have a fuse, so if they do short, then the wiring heats up pretty quickly and can catch fire on these, so I'm told. So I've got an order in for some inline fuse holders. You basically just take the red and the blue, snip the wire, put an 8 amp slow blow fuse in line, and then should they short, you pop a fuse and not burn your house down. Other hacks I can see we've got, I think that is standard from the factory, that hard wiring in, but obviously the chocolate block's not, so I'm not really sure how that's supposed to look. I might have to ask some advice on that one. But, otherwise I can't see anything else too nasty. Obviously get those batteries off the board. Do the bridge mod, have a look at what's going on there, see if I can tidy that up. I might even have a spare new Rotten Dog power supply board for one of these. I'm not sure. Excuse me. But yeah, it's all pretty good behind there, really. As you can see, you've got LEDs in the back box. I'll keep the LEDs, but I'll just change the colour of them because they're red and blue. So yeah, I think once I've done a little tidy up of it, it'll look nice and hopefully play nice. Oh, no. So another fault, those drop targets aren't resetting apparently, so I need to look at that. Excuse me while I lift the playfield. And if we have a look in here, there's all kinds of strangeness going on. Oh, hang on, my jukebox is going to start playing in a minute. I'll just cancel that. Don't want any copyright strikes. Sorry about my camera work here. Turn that off so it doesn't fire into life. Yeah, so I need to look at these drop targets and find out why they're not resetting. I can't. That feels pretty wedged, and I'm not sure that coil sleeve is meant to be down there. That could have something to do with it. I'll have to look at that. But anyway, more pressingly, let's have a look at what's going on with the line filter. So usually the mains cord comes straight into this box here, into the line filter. But as you can see, it goes into what looks like a light fitting first, and then out to the line filter. There's also some weird IKEA wiring going on here. This is for the LEDs that he put in, so God knows, that looks like it goes straight into the switch, so God knows what he's done there. But hopefully it'll just be a case of ripping it all out, because I don't want the LED strips anyway. But you know, it's all right. It's not terrible. Looks like he's got some LEDs to light the flipper buttons. Again, I've never seen anything like that before. I don't know where he's tapped the wires in. Another little bit of a hack there that I've just seen. So yeah, follow me on my journey to rip all that out and reinstate it how it should be and get it playing 100%. So that's part one, and I shall update when I get my new bits and pieces for part two. Bye for now. Okay, quick little update. I've been tinkering. So where the cord comes in for the plug, as you can see, it's been hacked into this light fitting. I think the reason behind that was there's obviously a problem once upon a time with the line cord, and then they've just chopped it. They've obviously chopped the grey one, the original cord, and it's because they couldn't be bothered to fudge about with desoldering the line filter. So instead of doing that, they've left that intact and then just hacked into the old cord with the new by using that light fitting. So you've got some exposed live wires in the cabinet there, which is never good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip all that out. I've got a new line filter there while I'm doing it, just that I happen to have in stock, so I'll stick that in and put a new correctly rated power cord in, which Jim Askey from My Pinballs is kindly hooking me up with, and all the advice for this, by the way. So yeah, a new plug with 13 amp fuse, new cord correctly with the correct tolerance, replace the fuse in there with a lesser fuse, 5 amp slow glow instead of the 8 amp which is in there, new line filter, and we should be back in business. Oh, just an update on the drop target. So obviously that I was fiddling about with earlier is fixed. The actual mechanism that pushes the targets up and down does move nice and freely. So the switches, albeit it doesn't mean anything without trying them in switch tests, they all sound okay. But what I have found, which is probably not even linked to the drop targets, but I've got 2 wires there, grey, yellow and black, that are just hanging loose. So God knows where they were originally from. Need to get the manual and try and find out what that was. But it'd be in the vicinity of the drop targets because they're on that loom in that area, but can't see anything immediately jumping out at me what that could be. So if I haven't found out by the time this video goes out, answers on a postcard. Cheers. Another little interesting bodge. So the LED strips under there and there are some IKEA LEDs which go down to this little junction box here. There we go, and that is directly wired into the main switch, so as soon as you turn the machine on, those LEDs come on and they're on all the time. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to snip that out, tear it out, throw it in the bin. Me again, just a real quick update on this to conclude where we're at the moment. With regards to these wires here that I mentioned earlier on, the grey, yellow and black, some research tells me that they are supposed to be cut like that. They're all Pinbots are the same. They're factory, I think after production they just decided to cut something out, whether it be an opto or a flasher somewhere, so they're not actually required and are factory cut like that. So that's that mystery solved. I found out why the drop targets aren't resetting, and that is because of a toasted transistor, which hasn't been, a new one was put in but wasn't put in correctly, so I need to have that board out and resolder that transistor and just check the tracks, but I'll do that on video for you. See my abomination of soldering. So yeah, just waiting on delivery of the new power cord and the fuse mod for the bridge rectifiers, and that'll be the next video, and then that'll be pretty much finished, just ready for a clean. Ciao for now.